Data points always change. I started with a $5,000 credit card, personal side. I increased the limit. I requested a credit line increase every other month, and I got that all the way up to 40,000 less in about 12 months. You can actually get 4 auto loans with just 1 inquiry, and the credit line increases are softball. So that's a gem right there too.
How can a person get up to $50,000 in, business credit cards with Bank of America?
So there's 2 ways to get credit cards. One is
Hey, what's going on, guys? Super excited to bring back another special guest. You guys have seen him on the show before, but he's never been on this show. And this is going to be our new show called Receipts. And of course, I don't want to take up too much of his time, but you guys know him as well. So Toby Rosario, are you with us today, sir?
Yes, I'm super excited to be back, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Listen, I know a lot of people, of course, they're hemming and hawing if they want to continue working with banks and credit unions in general. Like the big ones like Navy Federal and so on and so forth. But listen, man, you've been talking a lot about recently about how Bank of America has a lot of great programs, just like any of these other banks as well. And so again, we want to kind of dive, right into that. And of course, you're very familiar, with Bank of America. So we most definitely want to go right into it. But before we do, I want people to know, like, okay, who's Toby behind the scenes? He's not just a guy that's just talking about these, these banks and things of that sort. You've actually done business with Bank of America, correct?
Correct. Yep. I have a personal checking account and a business checking account with Bank of America.
Wow. Okay. So yes, let's talk about let's talk about some receipts real quick. So you have a personal bank account with Bank of America. You got a business bank account with Bank of America. Do you have any credit cards with them?
Yeah. So I have a personal credit card at $40,000. And here's a gem I'm going to give you right away. So you hear a lot of people talk about requesting credit line increase every 6 months. So I started with a $5,000 credit card, personal side. I increased the limit. I requested a credit line increase every other month, not every 6 months. And I got that all the way up to 40,000 less in about 12 months. So that's a gem that a lot of people you hear on the internet say every 6 months. For me, my experience has been every other month because it's a soft pull anyway, so it doesn't really hurt you anyway. So it's a good way to try to get that credit limit increase high.
Wow, man, that's huge. And that's a gem out the gate. That's what's up, man. Okay, we're going to talk more about that, as well, too. And then also, too, that you mentioned, now, do you have any business? You say you had a business credit card with them, too, correct?
Correct. Yep. I have several business credit cards on the business side.
Wow. Okay, so again, wanted to make sure I gave you guys these receipts because, again, there's a lot of people on YouTube that are talking about stuff, but they're talking from a level of, hey, this is what I've heard, but this is someone who's actually doing what he's talking about and giving you data points based on his own experience. So let's go into the first thing for today. How can a person get up to $50,000 in business credit cards with Bank of America?
Well, the first thing you need to understand is Bank of America is definitely a relationship bank. So you definitely want to have a personal or a business checking account before you apply for these products. That's the first thing. Second thing, you want to make sure that you have a low 5 rating. Every bank has an internal score. And basically that's just putting some deposits, preferably if you want a higher limit, 5K and above, but a couple thousand works. So you just want to make sure you're seasoning that account. You want to start building that relationship. And the thing I like about Bank of America, so there's 3 tiers of banks. There's national banks, regional banks, and credit unions, right? Bank of America is a national bank, just like Chase. So they're on a higher tier compared to these credit unions. So that's why you want to build these relationships, because if you build a great relationship, you can get great products. You get business lines of credit. You can get business credit cards. They like to lend out to people who build that relationship.
Man, it's huge. And you know what? And I think I'm so glad you talked about that, too, because a lot of people know when they talk about the banks in general, I would say relationships in general. People only usually talk about that when they're talking about like with credit unions and stuff. But what you're saying is you can also build a relationship, and that matters as well, too, with Bank of America. You're not just a number there either.
Exactly. Yeah. You want to just show them that you're interested in building a long-term relationship, not a short-term relationship. That's why you want to season that account, build some relationship with some deposits going in there, in and out.
Got you. Okay. That's what's up. Okay. So now, is that the best way to build a relationship is when you say, okay, you have the account, you make some deposits. Is there anything else you can do to kind of strengthen that relationship with them?
You definitely want to make sure that you're not getting like NFF's non-sufficient notices. Like you're not like you deposit 2,000 and then you're negative 3,000, because that actually hurts your score internally with each bank. So you want to make sure on top of that, building that deposit history, you're not making it negative, because they can actually see that. So you want to keep it positive. You want to make it positive cash flow into that bank account.
Okay. You guys got that. Hope you guys writing this stuff down. Positive cash flow and of course, not trying to have any insufficient funds, inside of these bank accounts as well. All right. So awesome. So now that they got that, what is there anything else that they need to do to to start applying, or is that pretty much it? Then they can start applying. Do they need to talk to a certain department or anything like that?
Yeah, so there's two ways to get credit cards. One is online and the other is in branch. In branch, you get more success with higher limits. One thing to point out, you want to make sure, I guess it depends on region, but for me, generally, Bank of America is known for pulling TransUnion. So you want to make sure your TransUnion has a score. You hear all these data points, but I think the baseline has kind of moved up a little bit. So I would say 720 and above just to, have your odds in your favor if you want to get a business credit card.
Wow. Man, that's huge. Listen, also too, guys, I got to drop this. I got to let you guys know this. Toby's giving you guys this information, right? But here's the deal. If you guys are looking to learn how to qualify for $100,000 in business funding in 90 days or less, all right, he has an ebook that he just dropped. And not only is the link down in the description below, but you can also scan that QR code if you're watching this on TV, so you guys can get that ebook and position yourself to not only work with Bank of America, but just to get $100,000 in business funding in general for your business. All right. So then let's go into the next phase. Okay. Anything else with business credit cards that we should know?
One thing which I like about Bank of America is just like Amex and Chase, you can reallocate limits. So if you have two business credit cards, one with 5K, one with 10K, you can move that 5K to make it 15K on one card. I like that. And their credit line increases are soft. So that's a gem right there too.
Wow. Credit line increases with Bank of America is a soft pull. Listen, this is why I go to Toby for this information, man. He knows this stuff, man. He studies it like the back of his hand. So now let's go deeper into this. So now, first off, for the people that are newer to business credit and things of that sort, when people say things like data points, and things of that sort, what exactly do data points mean? Is that just facts or?
Yeah, so data points is just what happened at the time of the application. What was the score? What bureau they pulled from? How many accounts you had? What was the credit limit that you got? Things like that. They're looking for data points. That way they know, okay, they pulled TransUnion in this state. I know I can apply because my TransUnion is good on this state. Oh, you got that score? I should be able to probably get that same limit because you got that score. They look at things like that.
Got it. Okay, perfect. Hope you guys writing this stuff down. Okay, all right, perfect. Now let's transition real quickly to Bank of America and their auto loans. Now you said it was something special about their auto loans. There's even a hack. So could you break that down for us?
Yeah, so Bank of America, you can actually get 4 auto loans with just one inquiry, but this has to be on the business side. The benefit of that is as well, if you have a personal loan with any bank, you can refinance that into a business loan with Bank of America. That way it lowers your DTI. Now for that, they generally pull Experian. You could get up to $75,000 across the board as far as the loans, but no docs. Anything after that, you probably have to provide docs. So just make sure that you're staying under that $75,000 threshold.
$75,000 threshold. Now, okay, when you're saying $75,000, that's the amount that you're looking to get, that you're trying to borrow, correct?
Correct. Yeah, that's the max that you can borrow for the auto loans. Anything over that, they're going to ask for documentation. This is on the business side.
Yep. Got it. Guys, this is huge. So this is getting an auto loan in your business. And if you wanted to position that to where they may not ask for as many documentation like that, got it. Okay. So only if it's over $75,000. Man, that's huge. That is huge. All right. Perfect. Anything else about Bank of America we should know about?
I pretty much covered all of it. Another hack that you can do is you can get 2 credit cards with one inquiry within that 30-day. So you can basically double dip. You can apply for 2 credit cards in one day, get one hard inquiry. That's another one that just how my head.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Now, how do you know all this about Bank of America? Was this just something that you just learned over time? You just studied over time, or how did that happen?
Yeah, personal experience. I mean, one thing about me, I'm very inquisitive, so I ask a lot of questions. Even on my denials, I want to know exactly why I got denied, so it doesn't happen again. And I can make a record. Okay, they denied me because of this, because my utilization was too high, or whatever the case is. That way, going forward, I know exactly what to look for, and I can be more strategic.
That's right. Absolutely. Listen, guys, that's a gem within itself. Is studying your denials. I think people don't pay attention to that. They say, oh, I got denied, and they just move on. They try another bank. No, find out why. Call them and say, listen, why was I denied? That way you can then circle back 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Has that ever happened to you, Toby, where you got denied and then you circle back 30 days or 60 days later, you got approved?
Yes, I've done that with a Discover credit card. I got denied, and then 31 days later, I reapplied and I got approved. One thing I do want to point out, data points always change, right? So what you hear today may not be the same next month or next week or next year or 6 months. So just always, that's why you always want to do some research. Your best thing you can do is just call them and ask some questions, and they'll give you the answer. Sometimes they don't know what they're talking about. You just kind of got to go with it. But you always want to be mindful that these data points change.
Huge. Man, that's good to know, guys. So again, the data points he has now, they're the data points for right now. But banks can change things at any time, not just because people are figuring it out. Because at the end of the day, they want to do business with you. But at the same time, the economy changes, bank regulations change, and risk factors change. So all of that most definitely plays a role. So Toby, man, thanks again for stopping by the channel as well. And guys, listen, make sure if you guys are looking to learn more about the topics that he discusses with business credit, credit cards, and things of that sort, and more data points, be sure to stop by his YouTube channel. And also don't forget to go and just take a peek at that 100K in 90 days ebook, guys. Of course, the link is down in the description below, and you can also scan the QR code right here at the top. And Toby, is there anything else you want to leave with everyone before we get out of here?
That's it. You get, credit is just like a game of chess. You want to be 3 to 5 moves ahead. You want to be very strategic. Know your data points. Know what your profile looks like, and then you can apply and get a whole bunch of funding.
That's right. That's right, man. Thanks again, Toby. We appreciate you being on the channel, man. Talk to you soon.
I appreciate it.
All right.